What's up? What the what's up? You already know who it is. It's your boy Angry Ted, and we live and we direct, and we're streaming right now on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Unfortunately, is having trouble right now, but it's all good. As y'all can see, I mean, the new layout, the new image, or whatnot. This is the Angry Ted Show, sponsored by The Angry Ted. We'll be at the shop on Thursday, talking sports, doing our thing. And we're introducing another new thing to the show, ladies and gentlemen, where you can be on The Angry Ted Show and talking sports with me, giving your debates, you know what I'm saying? Talking your shit like you like to talk it. Live sports talk, debate, you know what I mean? Or you can agree, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? Just keep it, professional as much as possible, but gritty, grimy, like we like to do. Talking that shit and we talking that sports. But let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Man, oh man, what a weekend, what a weekend, what a weekend. We already know we got LeBron James in town. We already know that it's excitement in the air. The city is on fire. Philly is on fire. But other than that, man, for the first time in a long time, man, Eagles football is back. It's back, and it's in full effect. And I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how the Eagles do this year. I think we got a lot of talent across the board on the offense, a lot of talent across the board on the defense. For one, I think this is going to be the year of Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to come out with something to prove. I think that more than anything, this year, Hurts is his adaptability, man. Let's face it, this kid has been through, we already know the history, 8, 9, 10 offensive coordinators throughout his career, and he's been able to adapt and he's been able to win. I think this year, with the offense being the way it is, I think he's going to show a lot of people that he can throw the ball over the middle, that he can play the play-action game, that he can do those things that's necessary as an NFL quarterback to get the job done, along with winning, which is the key thing. The main thing is always the main thing, ladies and gentlemen. Winning, 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 winning. And I can't say that enough. And we haven't had that in this town with the Eagles football. And that's what pains me about these so-called analysts and these guys that talk sports. They don't remember the times where Eagles football was shit. You know what I mean? Where the quarterback, Randall Cunningham, was the only weapon we had on offense. Besides, when they got help with Calvin Williams and Freddie Barnett. Also, yeah, Mike Quick and Chris Carter. There, I not mention those names. But Keith Jackson as well. But other than that, let's face it. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had the dynamic skill sets and the offenses that we've had in these past years, where they've been pretty much on par with dominance. You know what I mean? I know we took a step back last year, but even last year was nothing compared to what we saw with Eagles football. For those who've been following the team as long as I have, we never saw that type of offense. You know what I mean? Where offense could score and score at least in the 20s, sometimes the 30s. You know what I mean? That could be considered a bad game or something like that, where people will say, "Oh, well, they ran the ball too much. They didn't pass the ball." Doesn't matter, man. Winning is winning, and I'll be glad when we get back to that. Fuck fashion and fuck how it looks. Long as at the end of the game the score says the Eagles W and the other team L, it doesn't matter, man. Like, we gotta stop this, and we gotta stop letting these new age Philadelphia Eagles fans goad us old Eagles fans into this thinking, because we know what it's been like for Eagles football. We've been through those dog years and those years where we were paper bagging it, where we didn't come on TV. We had to listen to Merrill Reese on radio. You know what I'm saying? We the type of fans that were doing those type of things back in the day. So don't let these people, stun our joy in what we're enjoying now, known to be Eagles football in the last decade, which has been playoff football, Super Bowl championships, parades on top of parades, things like that. Let's enjoy this ride. And speaking of enjoying the ride, the Phillies taking us on a Ripley's ride, y'all. And they on right now, and I'm watching them right now, and I had to lean back in my seat for this one. They're taking us on a Ripley's ride, ladies and gentlemen. And why I say that is because right now, as we stand, we're looking at a team that's basically going back to inconsistencies. They got us hyped, and they got us back on board during the All-Star, before the All-Star break. And then now it's like we're falling back into those bad habits. Poor defense is killing us. Poor defense Hitting is been consistent, non-consistent, but overall the bullpen is a problem. The bullpen is a problem. And when I tell you it's a major fucking problem, it's a problem. Last night, watching them against the Marlins, and then over the weekend against the Yankees, which is a top tier team vying for the playoffs like we are, it was like night and day. You can see a team that can score runs with the best of them, and then they get that drought, and then it becomes a pitching game, and our starters are going to do what they do, but then you get into the bullpen, and it's like a nightmare on Elm Street, on Broad Street, as we should say. It's like a nightmare. These guys coming out there, man, with 2-run leads or 1-run leads, and just recently as last night, a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th, 9th inning, and we can't get it done. And it's even trickled down to the closer, which is even more concerning. Because, I mean, I understand it's his first save loss, but it's how it happened. It's how it's happening. It's like these guys are coming in and they're dropping the ball. And the starters have to be looking over the shoulder like, look, what if we have to go 7, 8 innings, which is a major concern there, because now we're wearing guys out before the playoffs. We're wearing guys out before the playoffs. So if I'm the GM of the Phillies, which if I was, a lot of these guys would have been gone, I'm going out and I'm finding bullpen arms. I need arms. I need arms. We seen the study, the bench play, the bats. We need arms. And we need to get Trey Turner again. Get him on that field every fucking day practicing ground ball fielding. Practicing fielding ground balls. Because if he can't field ground balls, pitching don't matter anyway. We're giving up extra outs, and it's going to be a disaster anyway. But yeah, right now, the Phillies are a roller coaster, a Ripley's ride, and let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a 4-for-4 guy like me, you're on it. And I guess I'm on it. But again, our saving grace is the Eagles. We got the Sixers doing their thing. But it's an exciting time in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys can tell me what you think about all the moves that's been made for the Sixers. And if you want to talk Eagles, you can tell me about how you feel about this upcoming season. If you're a Cowboy fan, New York fan, you're more than welcome to join the channel as well. Let's talk shit. We need that energy. Let's get it in. As far as jumping back to the Sixers, if I may, a lot of people are talking, and a lot of these experts, man, and it's killing me. It's killing me. It's killing me because just a week ago when LeBron was on the free agent market and possibly choosing Cleveland or Golden State or one of those guys, before the Sixers jumped in, the Dick Eaton was out there. All these analysts, whatever team he goes to, he's going to create a championship environment. He's going to do this, and this. And then he chooses the Sixers. And here's my take on that. And this is about the realest take I can give. From a basketball standpoint, if you're talking from a basketball standpoint and your points of view are he's not going to be a good addition, and you have valid points, I could take that. But if you're going to hit me with he's living in another city and playing here, or why did he choose Philly, or this, anything other than a basketball perspective of why he chose or why he wouldn't choose Philly, you're a fucking idiot. Because at this point, it's like we're concerning ourselves with, which is what he told a lot of the reporters a long time ago, including fat-ass Brian Windhorst. Why are we concerned ourselves with what I'm doing off the court, when on the court you should be concerning yourself with how I play, how I affect the game? And from that perspective, my opinion, how he affects the game is simply, the Sixers are going to play him at a point forward position, which they're talking about in the media, which I've already thought of this. I've already thought of this in my mind because I may not have a credential to speak on TV, but unlike these fucking idiots that's on TV, I actually watch the game and I look at it just like they do, whether in person or on TV, and I analyze as well. And from my analytical perspective, because I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the biggest King James fan of all, because I wasn't. He's a Sixer, and now I am. The only person that gets love like that, where he went to another team, and even I rooted against him when he first came back here, even though I cried about it when he came on the court, was AI, and that's it. But as far as a basketball perspective with the fit King James with the Sixers, it's simply this. He's going to run the point forward. He's 41 years old. But his ability to think the game is better than most 20-year-olds or 21-year-old athletes at this point in time. And that's simply because these kids aren't learning the game. They're playing for other things, which is another whole nother show, and I'll get into that in another show, and we could debate that if you, whoever. Like I said, send me your emails. I'll go through the emails or whatever, first come, first serve basis, and you can talk sports with Angry Ted. You could be on the channel. Again, like, share, subscribe on your YouTube channels at Theeangrytedshow on YouTube, or Talking Through Experience 4247 on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Again, I'll drop the show on Facebook because of the technical difficulties. And you can also find me on the Twitch channel as well, if you so choose to use Twitch as your social media source. Again, at The Angry Ted, or Angry Ted Philly Bread. Again, on Twitch. And what I mean that is, he's simply going to play the power forward position on the defensive end and guarding their power forward. Let's use the New York Knicks as an example. So OG Anunoby is their power forward. So he's going to guard OG Anunoby on the defensive end. And I may or may not be guarded by Anunoby on the defensive end. But let's look at it from an offensive perspective. Now, he's going to initiate the offense. Now, I don't know if people remember, if Sixers fans, those that haven't just joined the bandwagon, I must say, if you remember when Tyrese Maxey and James Harden played the year we should have beaten Boston, Tyrese Maxey was the off-ball guard. Yeah, he played some point guard duties when he gave James Harden the rest off the ball. But for the majority of the time, Harden had the ball in his hands. And Maxey, it's been said time and time again, for those of you that follow the Sixers and been following these channels, and hopefully you're following mine, Maxey shot 42-something% from the three-point line off the catch and shoot, which means he gets the chance to run his man, whoever's guarding him, for instance, Jalen Brunson or someone of that stature, or whoever, whether they choose to put a taller guard on him or taller wing, he can run him off the picks, potentially get open, set, shoot, which is his forte, which has been his strength. That's one way LeBron is going to be used offensively, which is virtually probably unguardable with the rest of the wing players. Now, you can run that action for Jaylen Brown as well, who's also a good catch-and-shoot guy. Wow. You can also run that action. Then you can run ISO with LeBron in the post, which is going to attract the double team because he's going to bully ball any defender down there that's a power forward. You'll probably double him. Now he has a choice of hitting the cutter or any wing that's in the corner waiting for the three. And you have shooters all around the board at a high clip, including MD on the floor when he plays. So, to hear these people sit there and say that this isn't going to work from an offensive standpoint, and it's only one ball, I say to you, you have 5 guys on the court who are intelligent enough to understand that winning takes sacrifice. Winning takes sacrifice. You all that already saw the maturity in that already in a VJ Edgecombe and a Tyrese Maxey. Do you think Joel Embiid, who idolizes LeBron, who is like their AI, their generation, is going to sit there and tell a champion in LeBron who knows how to win what he's not and not going to do? When it contributes to basketball, to winning in his final year or 2 years of his career, in which they're filming and he's trying to do something that Jordan has not done? Come on, man. You're not using your sports brain. You're not using your sports brain. You're not using your sports brain. We must use our sports brain here, people. Now, I'm not saying we're going to bulldoze these other teams because there's talent everywhere, especially up and down the Eastern Conference. You got Indiana getting Halliburton back. You got the Knicks, who are the champs. Respect to them. Respect, even though I don't like them. Fuck them. But respect. Respect. And they're not going anywhere. They're still talented. Even though they lost a couple pieces off the bench, they still have some talented guys that can get the job done. We saw that this past year. But if you look at it from that perspective, and I'm weighing us to the top of the heap, which right now is the New York Knicks. Let's go player for player. Okay, Brunson. Okay, he'll get the nod over Maxey. Maxey's coming though, but he'll get the nod because he's an MVP. Finals. potentially NBA, all NBA player. No, taking nothing away from him. So you got there, Brunson. Anunoby, LeBron, a 41-year-old LeBron, let's say that's a wash. For the sake of argument, let's say that's a wash. MD, Cat, I'm taking MD. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Healthy MD, Cat, MD. Period, point blank. So that's 2-1. Now, Josh Hart, VJ. I'm taking VJ all day, every day. Argue with your mama. Or we can argue with each other. Like I said, feel free, drop it in my inbox on my Instagram, your emails, and I'll get to them. And I'll make sure when the next show happens, I'll add you in. And we can go from there. And we can talk sports with Angry Tad. Again, like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. But, again, from that perspective, let's look at it. VJ over Josh Hart. So it's 2-2 now. 2-2 now, right? We go to the third player, which is Philly native. A lot of respect for him. He would have been a sixer had idiotic Brent Brown not did the dumbest shit ever. But that's yesteryear. The process years. I trusted it a long time, so I'm here now. Mikal Bridges. Or, right now, you got VJ, you got LeBron, you got MD, and then you slide into Jaylen Brown. Who are you going? I'm going Jaylen Brown. All-star last year, potential MVP last year. We know the history. We know his accolades. Not taking anything away from Bridges, but I'm taking Brown. So right then and there, it's 3-2, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2. 3 out of our 5 players are better than 3 out of New York's 5 players. They only have 2 players that I consider right now with the Sixers starting 5. I can't wait. I cannot wait for the NBA season. And again, for the first time in a long time, I think the Eagles have some competition when it comes to the winter. Right now they have a competition. I haven't heard anybody all day. Usually, first day of training camp is a holiday. It hasn't been. Well, it is a holiday for me. It's like Christmas in July. I'm happy it started. I can't wait to hear the cracking of the pads. Football is back, and I am so happy. And again, jumping back to football, right now, a lot of people are looking at this Eagles team and saying, you know, the loss of AJ is big, which it is. I'm not going to downplay it. I'm not going to sit there and say AJ wasn't a difference maker. He was an absolute difference maker. We're going to miss his production on the field. No doubt. No doubt about it. But when you look at what the offense can be, it can be an offense where everybody eats. Where Smitty gets his, Dontavius Wicks get his. You get a Saquon getting his with 16 to 17, 18 carries a game, depending on how the game plan goes. You had the tight end and getting his. Everybody is getting fed. And Jalen Hurts gets the chance to not be under the pressure to get the ball or have plays where he has to force feed the ball to one player. I think that was an issue last year. Nobody's going to tell me nothing different. Aside from all the personal goofy shit, which I don't like to get into, all the off-field shit, the fact remains he's still not on the team, and he chose to take his service to New England, which, God bless him, good riddance. But again, his production is going to be missed on the field. There are going to be times where we say, damn, we had AJ, that would have been a touchdown or that would have been a first down. But with that being said, I think this offense is going to put up good numbers. I think it's going to be a well-oiled machine. I think it's going to function better. I think we're going to see a difference. I think we'll see a hell of a lot of difference in the motion game. The screen game is going to be back. I think the Eagles offense is going to put up some good numbers this year. And I'm not even going to sit here and predict Super Bowl, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a fun winner for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the schedule is perfect for us. I think the NFC East, while it's gotten better, a hell of a lot better, I don't think none of them teams can, on any given Sunday, compete with us day in, day out. I don't think it can happen. I don't see it happening. But, again, as long as we stay healthy, we should be in good business. But, again, ladies and gentlemen, drop your comments in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Tell me how you think. Drop your emails in my inbox on my Facebook. Or you can drop it on the YouTube if you feel comfortable with that way. Again, we are inviting people to the show, Talk Sports with Angry Ted. Next time we come on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Mondays as well. We'll be having an interview on Friday. The second part of my interview with the boxing trainer I interviewed last Friday. Go check that interview out on YouTube. Also, it's clips on my Facebook, also on Twitch. Also, clips on my Instagram as well. You can go on my Twitter account. You can also get on my X account. Either way, hit me up. Let me know what you feel. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. It's your boy, Angry Ted. Thank you for joining my show. Thank you for listening to me talk. Again, educated, barbershop-like sports talk. What's up with the what's up? Holla at your boy. Peace.